I'm gonna bring this one in. Chris, could you move both of those backwards? The Friday Shuffle. So we actually have a new packaging area in the back of our store next door, and we use it when we're fully staffed, which we're getting there. We're working on that problem all the time. In our case, maybe we had an exaggerated version of that problem because we moved into this bakery and then all of a sudden needed more help during a time where hiring in this particular line of work and just in general around the world has been very challenging. So we have certainly felt this problem. We lost some longtime staff members at the end of last year. You can read about some of that on our social media if you follow us. Change is difficult. This time that we've been in this new bakery has been filled with change every single day. During the holidays, we took a week off and spent some time just rebalancing and reconfiguring, planning this year, and decided that our overall guiding light this year was balance and core. So we've reduced our menu and really focused a lot this month on hiring and training. Changed a lot of our strategies in regards to training to make sure that our crew was cross-trained a little bit better than we've been able to do over the last few seasons. We put out kind of a call for help in terms of hiring, and we were really pleased to get a reply from a couple in Las Vegas who were partially inspired in the early days of this pandemic to start a bakery in the Las Vegas area, and they had stumbled across this channel, as one guide out there, and they wrote us and said, "Hey, we're wanting to start brick and mortar bakery ourselves in the Vegas area, and they're cottage bakers right now, and they thought it might be a good idea for them to come out during this time where we're hiring and serve as a bridge while they also learn I guess what it's like to go from a cottage bakery to a brick and mortar, which we've just gone through." So we found their original writing to us very earnest and real. And Vegas is not that far away from us, so we also thought it might be conceivable. We get a lot of really interesting Bakers Exchange type requests, and over time it's something we want to explore more and more of, but it's sometimes hard to make the arrangements. It's sometimes hard to get from like the idea of that to it actually being a reality. But anyway, we talked with them, and I'm actually working alongside one of them right now. This is Chris from 5098 Bread, and Ryan is on our production line. So they've, in essence, shut their bakery down in Las Vegas to be here. And, for us, being able to find folks that are already versed with kind of our workflow style. After all, like they've been watching us on YouTube too, so they're not completely unfamiliar to us. But then they're facing a lot of the same challenges that we at one point have also faced. So it's a different ramp up entirely than somebody who's coming in here from scratch, like the majority of the people that we hire. And the bridge that these two offer us is stunning because we can hire with more intention. Our hiring process can be a little bit lengthy when done right. We want to bring people in for a couple shifts, make sure they're a good fit, and then even when they first start, that discovery phase of, is this the right opportunity for somebody or not? take some time when working in a trade. Apprenticeships are really the best way of developing tradesmen, and apprenticeships take time. So to be able to grab a hold of two tradesmen that have already cut their teeth really is a big blessing to us. And we hope to tell their story over the next couple months because around the world there's not enough bread produced the way that we do. That's clear to us. It's something that's changing for the better, I think. But for people to take up the cause, change their lifestyle, and work in a way that's meaningful to them and to their communities, we really want to support more and more people that are baking. It's something that we've done to whatever extent we can from the garage, but as our business continues, I think it's a little bit easier for us to make an impact in that way over time. So hopefully the experience that these two have here over the next couple months is beneficial to them as they move on to the next phases of their own bakery, ask some difficult questions, make some difficult decisions. It's back to what we started this conversation on. Change is hard. And when starting as a cottage bakery with the aims of becoming, a community commercial bakery, change is inevitable. A lot of it. We're facing that here right now. We're in a period of time right now where we closed down our customer seating for a while. We dropped a lot of specials that weren't necessary to the core of our production. We want to make sure that the people who are coming into our bakery now really understand the foundations, like how to feed a sourdough starter, how to take care of a sourdough starter, and some of the other fine-tuned details will come. We have great ambitions for what to do with this place. We want to do more in food service with this place. We want to introduce new kinds of things to our community. But first and foremost, we're building a team of people that understand what it is to be an artisan baker in a modern world. 'Cause there's actually not that many of us to go around. So I think that's step one for us here at Proof this year. And it's been a really good few weeks in the new year towards that goal. We were very worried when we made these plans because moving into this new space comes with a lot of expenses. We were funding some of those expenses through specials that we were running in during the holiday season. A lot of the revenue that we were generating was coming from the items that we cut off our menu to start the year. And we were trusting that our core menu was appealing enough that people would, instead of buying, the new flashy item, would go back to kind of the roots. And sure enough, that's what's happening. People are just getting reacquainted with the things that, maybe were just lost amidst a bigger menu last year. But the simplification for us has simplified a lot of extra prep around the bakery. We don't have to prep certain fillings that we were prepping a month ago. And when we're constantly switching specials, the preparation work changes along with it. So what we tried to do for this next few weeks, next few months, is to make sure that a Tuesday runs like a Tuesday, more or less. And so the people who work on Tuesday get in a groove and can improve upon that over time. Our goal now is to stabilize more as a community bakery that's open regularly. Whereas as a cottage bakery, we didn't have a storefront, and so it was more of a sprint every Saturday with some supplemental work along the way. So, our world is changing rapidly as we just adjust to a new environment. And so far, it's tumultuous. It's emotionally tumultuous because staff turnover is not a fun thing. At all. We had to acknowledge our own failures in why 4 people left in a very short window of time. But it is in the acknowledgement of those failures too that we can actually move forward. Make this place more and more people want to work at, while still fulfilling a mission of delivering bread that really isn't being done at scale in our community, meaning the longer fermented, old world style bread that we've always delivered on. So I think what's happening to us is sort of predictable given the changes that we're going through as a business. But nonetheless, really have to take some time, like we did during the holidays sometimes, to pause, take a look from a zoomed out perspective, and redirect or pivot, which without, I think the risk is that you just keep barreling into the same problems. So that's pretty much an update on Proof. We struggled over the last few months just with the volume of the holidays, the new demands of this space and keeping it up. And we're adjusting as we go. I think now, especially just getting a little bit stronger with each day. And that's a factor of our team improving dramatically with each day. It's when we invest in the core, we ultimately build better bakers. And as we build better bakers, they can more autonomously take the reins of their individual worlds. And that's really what Proof is becoming. When we were in the garage, regardless of an individual opinion of whether we had outgrown the garage before we left or not, we're still a really small amount of people doing a large amount of baking. And now it's all about teaching that to others in this commercial capacity, but also inspiring others to love it as much as we do and come back daily and redo the same production, refining as you go. It's not an easy thing. When at least from my view, most people are sort of incentivized into office type roles these days. So working in such a trade, most people who come in looking for work, they didn't necessarily intend to be bakers ever, and they stumble in here and have to kind of wrestle with the fact that this wasn't where they thought they'd be, but they love it anyway. So we've had that story time and time again. I think it's cool to see that more people are getting into trades, but not enough in my opinion. So that's a little bit of an update from the bakery. We're excited about this year, and if we play our cards right, I think our foundation will improve, because we've been worried a lot about survival in the previous couple seasons. Now we're really worried about investing into our foundation so that we can keep going for a long time, so that we can stabilize as a community staple in our area.